guys? Happy Tuesday. I don't know what that was, but alright, so today is the ninth day of Yule, maybe? Hopefully, I think. Yes, 9th day of Yule, and the virtue is perseverance. So, it really goes along with still, I don't know why I have the story of Lilith in my mind. It is just, it's like there, I feel it in my belly. I feel her. I can feel her energy, I can feel her protectiveness, I can feel the way that she doesn't like her children to be treated. So I don't know, it's just a very odd feeling. I've never felt this before. And I have never, ever, this is not me, to actually observe the 12 days of Yule in traditional witchcraft, in a traditional witchcraft way. I've never done this before in my life, except for a few Sabbats. So I'm that type of witch. I don't care about Sabbats, but it's just, it's these virtues, taking all these virtues from the, the 11 days or the 12 days of Yule into, well, there's actually 10 virtues, so taking those 10 virtues into the new year would be something really, really good for all of us to do. So it's just the perseverance, though, that, I just still, connected, with Lilith and the story of, her, Adam and Eve, and, the two creation stories that are obviously, you copy and pasted together. They didn't have copy and paste, I'm sure. But, I mean, you know what I mean. You guys stitching pieces together of, these works, these, citations of, these things that they've experienced. Or so they say. But I just keep going back to the story of Lilith with the perseverance. So, she was raised from, she went from the, the cause of chest colds, regular colds, the flu, miscarriages, bad dreams, nightmares, even wet dreams. She went from that to this evil succubus of the night. And then she got elevated. Literally, she went from that, and then, boom, she's a feminist now. She's, a goddess. She's Mother Lilith. Her and Eve, got together and talked, and supposedly, from the Hebrew texts, which it's just amazing. She did not quit. She didn't give up. She kept going. She literally went through hell, just like Persephone went through her descent into hell, and then she had to rip off a piece of clothing just to get back up. So in the Oscar Wilde's quote in my blog today for this virtue of perseverance was, if you're walking through hell, keep walking. Well, how do you keep walking through hell? I mean, the perseverance, the determination to actually, get through something. It's just, I don't understand. Some of the things that I'm thinking, I can't articulate, so it just comes out funky. But I always keep going back to Lilith with these last two, especially for self-reliance, obviously. That's very, very Lilith. And then we have, perseverance, so yeah, I mean, that's just me. Perseverance, not giving up on my dreams, not giving up on my, YouTube channel, not giving up on readings, not giving up on my clients, not giving up on myself. That's pure perseverance. Sorry, I think I just kind of, I froze a little bit, but it's really interesting to think about. I mean, it was a really interesting thing to think about, very persistent, so that's another word, it's a verb and a noun, perseverance, so yeah, I mean, just gotta go into the, this new year with perseverance of positivity, but transform the negativity into positivity, but still recognize that negativity. So, but I just keep going back and thinking, how did Lilith, how did Persephone, how did Lilith, how did all of these, people, women mainly, mainly women, and then, being, persecuted, and how did they persist? How did they, move forward out of that? It's just like, this is really ringing true for me, and this is bringing up a lot of emotions, and it's kind of sad. It's really honestly kind of sad when I think of the perseverance, my own perseverance, and, what I can't, triumph over, like, instantly, because I want to triumph over all of the negative instantly. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm upset. So, I mean, that's that part of me that just doesn't, you know, click. But that's just me, Virgo, so. Alright, so there, happy 9th day of Yule. So what do you guys feel about perseverance? What do you think that virtue will do for you to help you better yourself and, you know, help the people around you to better themselves as well? So, anything? Just comment down below. Alright, so back into the True Heart Intuitive Tarot Guidebook and Deck by Rachel True. And we have the Wheel of Fortune today. Look at that. I mean, this is beautiful. This has, I don't know. I can't describe this. I can't describe what I feel with it. But it is just incredible. We have an entire zodiac chart. We have everything going on in this card. Like, literally everything. We have the constellations. We have our signs. It is just so amazing. You are such a great artist. Such a great artist. So, now, the Wheel of Fortune. Nice, shiny pages. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Right, now on a high vibe, fate, fortune, success, destiny, change, luck, abundance, karma, joyful news, and a fresh start. So, okay, we can see that. Perseverance with that. Low vibe, reversal, fortune, bad luck, stagnation, struggle, setback, negativity, lack of control, herd mentality. So, let's see what this one brings up. These have been some amazing cards. Now, if you receive the Wheel of Fortune in a reading, it can signify huge shifts and great things coming your way. Today is actually Jupiter's day, Tuesday. Jupiter rules the Wheel of Fortune and usually brings rewards. Alright, yeah, I'm going to be working with some Jupiter energy today, I think. And especially since this is the full moon, so happy full moon. Now, the 10th card of the Major Arcana, the Wheel, is linked to card number 1, the Magician, and can signify the manifestation of whatever spells the Magician was casting. So it also recalls the energy and abundance of the Aces. Major milestones to be celebrated are approaching. If things have been status quo, the Wheel brings a fresh, stimulating new vibe. So, for most, this is an auspicious time of good fortune and joy. On the card, the sky is blue, and you can almost feel the sun's warmth. You can. Literally, you can. So the Wheel is adorned with signs of the zodiac. How the energy of the stars combine is always a bit of luck. But mostly, where you land on the Wheel of Fortune depends on the decisions that you make. The Wheel of Fortune represents the cyclical nature of life and, for some, an exciting, happy twist of fate. So that's pretty amazing. If you've done deep digging and a little growing via the lessons of the last card, the Hermit, the Wheel can bestow gifts for your hard work. Prosperity can come in the form of unexpected windfall, a chance meeting with a stranger who changes your life, or a small gift like money found on the street. Stay present, and you're sure to profit during this time of good luck. Remember, we exist in a constant state of becoming 1,000 Platos. The Wheel of Fortune is a reminder that fate can change on a whim. Just as the good times never last, neither do the bad ones. Okay, so that does perseverance, so persevering, or, you know, triumphing over that negativity. So that kind of does make sense. Making me feel better. Alright. Where'd I go? So, just as the good, yeah, already read that. In relationship dynamics, the Wheel of Fortune can represent people our destinies are intertwined with. A deep soulmate connection may be felt. You may have met or are about to meet a new partner whom it will feel as if you've known forever. Huh. It's interesting. Enjoying the exhilaration, and remember to take the time to see if your personalities mesh. Not all soulmates are life mates. In professional life, lucrative new ventures may shift your focus in a major way. Be ready for more responsibility and for all eyes to be on you. Behind the scenes, there's information coming that could propel you into high gear. Perseverance. For some, it's the time to put in hard work and stop relying solely on luck. You reap what you sow. Act on opportunities. Run with the ball when it's thrown to you. I'm definitely going to. I'm gonna take that ball, run with it, and just, yeah, do whatever with it. So you pulled this card in a low vibe. We're always in motion. Sometimes we're up and we're riding high. Other times we're hanging in the middle ground, doldrums. So I would kind of equate that with, my mania, the highs and the lows. And occasionally every single one of us will experience our version of being ground down to pulpy dust under the wheel. Yeah, totally feeling that. Tried to change that, but I don't know how. If you're feeling crushed by the wheel, a less fatalistic attitude and more accountability for your part in why life is the way it is will invite quick positive change. Jealous, petty behavior, envy, and feelings of victimhood or fear of failure, success, zap energy and grind the wheel to a crawl. The wheel is always turning. Start setting up the life you like rather than spinning in anxious, negative thoughts or laminating the fate you were handed. If a sudden enticing offer presents itself, grab it and say yes, even if you're scared. Forces greater than yourself are in play here. Use them to your advantage. Set up an altar. And creating vision boards of the life and changes you desire can be forms of meditation and prayer. That's very true too. Vision boards are very good to work with. Love them. So yes, I have a couple. Actually, I have vision boards everywhere. They are just disguised. Every Ouija board is literally a vision board for me because there's a story behind it. And there is, that was, a triumph of what I've done to accomplish or to work towards, or getting the money to buy the board, or, saving the money to buy the board, or, it has a specific special, sentiment to me. My 1972 board, with, my dad bought that for me, or he got that for me from a lady's basement, and, just little stuff like that, so, for me, anyways. Alright, now, here's a little snippet of, her experience with the wheel card in the craft. I hope it's from the craft. Alright, when we were shooting the craft, when we were shooting the craft, a young production assistant named Eddie would pick up Nev Campbell and me in his shit-kicked muscle car and take us back and forth to set. We had a blast talking with and teasing him, and were surprised when he told us the actors on another production had never engaged him in conversation, and were kind of rude to PAs in general. 2 years later at Sony, she says, I ran into Eddie, who now had an office on the lot. I thought bet some of those people are wondering why their calls aren't being returned. So I've witnessed power dynamic shifts like this often in my career, and it's an excellent example of the Wheel of Fortune at work. Even when you're on top of the Wheel of Fortune, you will have to keep your balance, because it's an achievement, not a finish line. Things will still be thrown at you, even when you get the thing you want, like a big role in a movie. True. After we finished shooting the craft, Nev Campbell called me. Are you excited for the publicity trip? What trip? Sony set it up. We're going to New York. Realizing I hadn't been included, I thought I must suck. I'm terrible in the film, like how dreadful am I not to be included? I still find that very upsetting. In Entertainment Tonight interview, I still find that very, very upsetting to me. I have my opinions, but I won't say them. Okay, so, I felt so very small in that moment that I got pissed off. I would be so pissed off. So, this is some bullshit, I said. I would have been included if I were white. That's just, it felt flat out racist. That I hadn't been included. It was a film about 4 girls, and I've been told Rochelle had tested high with advanced audiences. Perhaps it was simple dollars and cents. They didn't think black people were going to see the film, by and large. So why bring the black chick? Because we love you? You're amazing? It wouldn't be the craft without you. It would suck without you. So it's just, it has to be you. That's why. Well, maybe they left you out because Robin, Feruza, and I are already famous and you're new. Nev's a lovely girl who had just turned 21. Wow! And was starring on Party of 5 at the time. We'd become fast friends while shooting. But she had told me once that there was no racism in Canada, so I didn't think she was going to get it. I said. And we said goodbye. Ultimately, that's what you do as a person of color in America. You swallow a lot of bullshit. The next day, I got a call from the film's producer, Doug Wick, inviting me to come on the publicity tour. Never had insisted I be included. I really appreciated her extending herself. Not all actors are that generous, but the whole thing left me feeling outside the group. I would too. That's so cruel. That night I did a simple reading from my Mother Peace deck and pulled the Wheel of Fortune. I rolled my eyes at first, but then tried to live in acceptance. I thought this film was going to change everything for me, but Hollywood was still Hollywood. I wish I could go back and whisper in my younger self's brain. This isn't about you specifically. You are simply a sentient being. This is about economics, race, and gender, which are all external things placed onto you by the society you live in. And it sucks. It really sucks. I had to talk myself down. Oh, Rachel, I love you. You're such an amazing woman. Most people fight against reality. They're mad they're at the bottom of the wheel. I used it to motivate me. I regrouped and figured out how to continue to rise. The road to success is rarely as straightforward as A to B. It's more like A, Q, W, F, then B. I totally agree. It's like completely different, and then some Greek numbers, and maybe a few, old Greek alphabet letters. Now at the apex, at the very top of the wheel, you better strap in. It's dizzying up there in the stratosphere, and much further of a fall down. Wow. That is just, that is really, really insane that they would do that to you. I remember when that happened to you, and you were talking about it, and I remember making the meme, I stand by you. I stand by Rachel. I had that meme, so I did. I totally, I didn't watch, and I still won't watch the interviews, or the, publicity tours and stuff without you in them. Alright, okay. I'll watch it if it's got Fairuza. But if it doesn't have you, all four of you, then it's a total no. It's a total no. I will not watch it because it's ridiculously, it hurts me too because, the craft and, my generation, you're not my generation, but you are still kind of my generation. I think Fairuza and, Nev, they're more my age. You look my age though, so you don't, you completely, I feel like you're my age. You just feel like, that energy is just amazing. But what was I even saying? I forget what I was saying. But yeah, I just wouldn't, I can't bring myself to watch these, interviews with just 3 instead of 1. It's like, where's Rachel? Where is she? Why is she not in this? All of these interviews. So I find these really, really small clips, like for a minute. So I get to, see a minute of you, explaining about the craft and everything. And then, we have Fairuza, and she goes into it. And then we have Nev, and, I haven't really seen much of her. It's just mainly what I find on YouTube is you and Fairuza for the craft. So that makes me happy. But I won't watch the ones, we, all of us, were very upset. My generation, we kind of grew up with the craft. It wasn't, when we were kids. It was more teenage when the craft came out, and then we were really, you became like an icon. Every single one of my friends loved you. I loved you. I wanted to be either you or Fairuza. So, I can do the psycho role really well. I can play really crazy like that. That's good. But I didn't want to be a Bonnie. Being a gay guy, a gay male, you always, idolize these people. I didn't want to be a Bonnie. I didn't want to be God, what was her name? Oops. Did I just exclude, oops? Wait a minute. Bonnie, Rochelle, Nancy. Oh, and Sarah. I didn't want to be a Sarah. I didn't want to be a Nev. Or a Bonnie. Yeah, I idolized you first, and then Feruza. So it was kind of just a turnaround for me. I was like, no, I like her. I like her, you know, it was just your hair, your energy, you know, the stuff that you just brought to the film. It was incredible. So, you know, I was a very, very big time Rachel fan, or a Rochelle fan, big time. And I really like the correlation with the name thing right there, how they did that. But, so, well, alright guys, I've talked enough. Make sure you get your copy of the True Heart Intuitive Tarot guidebook and deck. So today's card is the Wheel of Fortune, and it is gorgeous. It's very gorgeous. Hopefully that sticks. And yeah, this feeling of like just being, you know, defeated just goes away. It can go away. So. Alright guys, I love you all very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great, whatever day this is, Tuesday. And I love you guys. With all my heart, all the way from Venus, of course, all the way back down. And I will see you all tomorrow. So please be safe and stay healthy, and I love you guys.